So there we go. Hey, welcome everyone to our Monday training. My name is Tammy Melchizedek, and I am here in the beautiful state of Colorado in the United States. So I want to give a very warm welcome to everyone in SA and Nigeria and Botswana and Lesotho and where am I? Namibia. I'm thinking of all the different countries that we're working in. So just a warm welcome to all of you. We're going to kick off this training this morning, and we are jumping into Ready, Set, Go because we know the products are on the shelves in SA. We know that soon and very soon the go button is going to be pushed, and we're going to be able to get our products and start running our business. But the Ready, Set, Go program that was created by Melton and Erica Fundamerva is absolutely fabulous. It's a simple way to help people get started that get their free boss. It gives them some information on how to get started successfully and what are the next best steps to prepare for the launch of Africa. And so we're so thrilled. But before we jump into that, which I'm going to jump into right away, but I want to remind you, big news for SA. Mr. Mark Wilson is in the house in SA. That is crazy amazing. He is flying to Africa to be with you. And so we want to encourage you to make sure that you are a part of everything that's happening right now, the hype campaign. And so if you don't know what that is, I'm not going to go into all of that right now, but get back with the person that invited you on this Zoom or your upline who you linked arms with and ask about what is the hype campaign and how can I qualify for this lunch event, person to person with Mark Wilson. And I'll tell you, of all the people in this business, he's probably one of my very, very favorite people. That is the truth. You are going to find him to be brilliant, a visionary, a very warm, engaging person. He has his pulse on what is happening all over the world. So make sure that you're getting your 3,000. I want to see our team. I want to see our team rock this. Let me tell you, I want to see it happen, and I believe it will. So I just want to remind you of all those wonderful things. So we are on Ready, Set, Go. And we are on set of the Ready, Set, Go, and we have some really great information that we're going to share with you today. So I would like to introduce Melton. Melton Fundamerva is an amazing businessman, also runs a nonprofit and has a real outreach towards community living and businesses. He is one of the most brilliant people I know that combines both the nonprofit sector and the for-profit sector. He's a wealth of information. He's a lot of fun too. He's got a great sense of humor, and you guys are on this man's team. This is your leader. This is amazing to me because Melton and Erica are truly lovers of the people, just inspiring people. So with no further ado, Mr. Mel, tell us what you got for us today.
Thanks, Tammy. Thank you for that lovely introduction again. Again, Tammy just always makes you feel better about myself. So that is pretty amazing. We are set to go. So for those of you I've not met, great. Thank you for joining our Zoom. My wife and I, Erica, live in Colorado Springs, and that's where we met Tammy and this business opportunity. And as we continue just with the launch of Africa and Southern Africa, we want to make sure that you are ready, set to go. Even with any business that you buy, even a franchise, there are lots of trainings. Although the systems and the processes are all worked to a T, there are a lot of trainings that you can attend to make sure you understand what's going to happen, how it happened, what's your part to play in it. So we have developed this 3-week training called Ready, Set, Go. And this is typically for the person or the people that says, I want to do the business side of it. So as I said last week, you might choose just to use the products and have some of that transformation over there. And that's great too. But this training is specifically for those who say, I want to do the business, I want to grow the business. I want to change my financial future through this opportunity. So 3 weeks, ready, set, go. We're always going to share 2 industry specific or business specific, NewAge specific tips or tools. We're going to look at some management areas. How do you manage a business in this industry well? And then just leadership tips, which you will see today on just growing yourself as a leader. The fact is, as you grow, your business will grow, your team will grow. So we hope this will help you a lot in just making sure you can check all the boxes. And then after every training, we actually have a template for you, like a worksheet that you can go to and check some boxes and put some thinking in it. I always laugh, they say, in every person who has ever taken a shower has had a great idea. It's the guy that gets out, dresses himself, and do something about it that really makes the difference. We can have great ideas, but if you do something about it. So I really want to encourage you to go to the worksheet afterwards and to grapple, work with some of these questions that we're going to ask you, because at the end of the day, it's going to set you up well to start. So we're at set, as Tammy said. So let me just share my screen. It's this one. Okay, and make me sure it's a presentation. So we're at the set phase today. I'm going to share a little bit. Erica will share a little bit. And then we also have Jimmy on today. He's going to share a little bit about just multiplication. He's got some great analogies on how to do that. So what we want to start out today is we're in a certain industry. So as you know, many industries throughout the world, different business industries. And I think it will be good for you to understand and to be able to say what industry you're in. If you decide to do this business, what's the industry that you find yourself in? So, let me go through this first. So today we'll look a little bit at the network marketing. I just need to move some of my screens this way. Okay, the network marketing industry, power of multiplication. We'll look at the management tools, communication tools specifically on WhatsApp. That works super well in Africa and for that matter all over the world. Videos and the hyperlink. And then we're going to specifically look at some of the 5 qualities that makes a successful entrepreneur. Let me ask you a question, and you can maybe in the chat box quick post some notes in there. What's the best tool for marketing? What's the best marketing strategy? Let me see. If you say there's nothing better than this way of marketing, what would that be? Hello, everyone. Anybody? In the chat box, what's the best way of word of mouth? Yeah, word of mouth. Somebody else? Anybody else? Word of mouth. Attraction marketing. Yes, you must be attractive then, huh? If you want to do attraction marketing, I guess. Word of mouth, referrals. Yes, comes through word of mouth. Love what I'm seeing. Yes, so true. It is word of mouth. Because when you speak to somebody about something, there's already legitimacy in it. So especially if you're in a relationship with somebody and you tell them about something, the credibility factor is already there. You don't need to spend tons and tons of money on promotion to get people to be convinced of this. So easy analogy. Back in South Africa, you have Pick n Pay and Checkers. Here in America, you have maybe Walmart or King Soopers. If I buy shampoo from Pick n Pay or from the Walmart and I use it and suddenly I see these blank spots are filled with hair. It's growing back and people see it. And somebody asks me and say, hey, what are you using? Or I go out and say, guys, look at this. I am getting back my original set of hair. And I tell them the brand, it's Hairdo 101 or whatever it might be. And they go to Pick n Pay or they go to Walmart and they buy this shampoo because they need hair on their head. Does Pick n Pay or Walmart give you something for that great referral? You just did the best marketing. We all say this, word of mouth is the best marketing you can have. You just did the best marketing for them. And they're not going to give you something. Even further, if that person who listened to you buys the shampoo, comes back and he has an afro this big and is like, man, this stuff is really working, and he tells 3 other people, does Walmart or Pick n Pay give you something for it? No, but you're promoting it. And so what I like about the network marketing industry is that they're using a proven marketing system. It's been proven over the years that word of mouth network marketing works the best. So number one, you need to have good products. The shampoo needs to work, all right? You need to be able to grow the afro. You need to be able to lose the weight. And that is what we have in NewAge. So that is taken care of. But now there's a system to be able to pay you for telling people about great products, and you get continuous income sharing from that. So that's why this industry, just for me personally, makes so much sense. So that's kind of a little bit of a background. What I would like for you to do, if you think of business and the last 8 years, so just think of business and the last 8 years. What are some of the key words, some of the key transitions, some of the key developments that has happened in business over the last, let's say, 7 to 8 years? Pop some of those words for me in the chat, please. So think of business over the last couple of years. What are some of the main developments that has happened business generally? Social media, I like that. Somebody else, online, I like those words. Digital marketing, online business, Zoom, most definitely. Innovation, I like it. What else? Keywords, social, online, apps, Uber, Zoom, yes. Okay, WhatsApp, most definitely. Okay, I think we recognize this, that over the last year, these are some of the keywords we've seen. Number one, online. I'm telling you, if you don't have an online presence, I don't care what business you have. I mean, you can sell fudge out of your car, but you almost need a web page for it. Like, your legitimacy of your business is determined by your online presence. It can be a landing page. It can be anything. But if you're not online somewhere, and with COVID, how many people had to pivot to online selling, to an online presence, that you should have been able to do business online. So online, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, I've just lost my screen here. So online is a key word for us over the last 7 to 8 years, and even more so in business. One of the other words, and I've seen it, dropship, where you don't carry stock. I mean, Amazon, which is a billion. I just read over the last 3 quarters, their income was over $100 billion per quarter. I mean, crazy numbers. And this is pretty much what Amazon does, dropship. So I can have a store on Amazon. People can buy from me. I never see the product. It will be shipped from the manufacturer right to the end user. I don't need to carry a warehouse. I don't need to spend bulk of my money on inventory. So drop shipping was another massive breakthrough in business. And there are courses that you can do on drop shipping. So drop ship. The third thing is social media. Craziness. Just on what social media has done over the last 7 to 8 years on selling. I mean, everybody has a voice. Where if you had a bad pair of sneakers or tackies, you almost just took it back to the store. Now you can blast and say how terrible these shoes are, and look at the blisters on my feet. And within a day, you can have 60 other people say, oh, I'll never buy these shoes. Or the difference. Look at this. This is great shoes. And then where did you buy the shoes? And you'll have 50 people on, friends that says, I want to buy the shoes too. So social media has literally changed the landscape of business. And then something that's quite new and I think unique to this industry is revenue sharing, which makes a heck of a difference. Again, it's being paid for word of mouth. So if I can rethink a little bit of what NewAge is, and you are supposed to, we've asked you to create a 1-minute story or your elevator speech of if somebody asks you, what is NewAge? NewAge encompasses all of these new business trends because this is what's happening with NewAge. And this is the way I describe NewAge. NewAge is an online dropship company that uses social selling to create sales while sharing revenue. It's not now I have been in multi-level marketing or network marketing industries. We are so far from that old way of doing stuff that it cannot even be compared. I mean, if you get somebody to buy the shampoo or the products that NewAge has, that is working products on different levels of health, they're going to go onto a website or an app. They're going to click that they want it. You're never going to see the stock. It's going to be drop shipped to their door. You're able to use your social selling, your network, your influence, while they're saying, we will share with you income. We will share revenue with you. Not just the first person, but how many levels. And we've done some of that compensation training. If they tell somebody, if they tell somebody, if they tell somebody, I'm telling you, this is great. This is really the trend of where business is going. And I truly think that NewAge has encompassed a lot of the trends that's happening within just business in general, not just in network marketing, but business in general. So this just made a lot of sense to me in just getting your mind around explaining the industry and specifically the NewAge business opportunity in the context of your country or where you're at. And this works even better in America. I mean, shipping here is next day, 2 days, and you get your stuff. So I wanted to give you some verbiage of trying to explain the industry and also what NewAge is. So I want to just swing over to Jimmy because the power of this is in multiplication. The more you multiply the shampoo analogy, the more people you show your nice afro, the more people want to buy the shampoo, the more people get the nice afro, big hair, the more people tell people, you keep on getting money for that. It just makes so much sense. So Jimmy's going to explain, he's got a nice visual to show you a little bit of how that can work for you. So Jimmy, all over to you in Bloemfontein. Thanks for being here. I'm going to work the slideshow on this side. There's some animations on it, so I might be out with a little bit, but you just, maybe the secret sign can be this, Jimmy, or this, or something, and then I'll know how to click the next one. So all over to you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Melton. Can you hear me? Hear me okay?
Yes, all good.
Okay, excellent. Thanks for this, Melton. This is so helpful. And I just want to say that I'm if you ever felt that building a strong network marketing business is really difficult and that you don't have a clue on how to do that, I want to tell you, join the club of my past self. At the moment, since we joined this company, with the leadership of Melton and Erika and also Tammy and everyone that has helped us to understand the concept of network marketing and has helped us to get the tools to do this business, that perception has changed because they've led us to a place where we can really start believing that, hey, this is doable. And with the tools and their help that they provide, we just have the possibility of building a strong network, and we are very excited about that. And also, another thing that has learned a few lessons, that has taught us a few lessons, that I learned a lot of lessons from, is COVID itself. It has forced me and my wife, Anri, to start looking at business differently, and also to realize that we need a residual income. We need a next line of income. And if we want to change our future, we need to start building and working on that. We cannot just stay in our comfort zone and think that we are going to build a residual income. So this is what COVID has taught us, and with the leadership of all the individuals I mentioned and everyone else in our team that has been helpful, we can really start building a strong organization. But coming back to COVID and what it has taught me is the multiplication factor. So a very interesting thing, when I was, when we were in the beginning of COVID, we did some research on this thing and how it spreads all across the world, and why is this thing so contagious, and how does it become a pandemic? I mean, a single virus that started in a small village or someplace somewhere in China has caused the whole world to come to a standstill. And how is that possible? And we came to the multiplication factor, and they explained it in the following way, by making use of a single drop of water and putting it on in a rugby stadium. So I've illustrated it this way. Thanks, Melton. You're right on top of it. And so they put a single drop of water in the middle of a rugby stadium. The multiplication of that drop of water will at some point cause the stadium to overflow. Now, in that study that I read in that time of COVID in early last year, they said that if you were sitting in the stands in the stadium, how much time would you have to evacuate the stadium so you don't get flooded by this one single drop of water that gets multiplied every minute? Now, if you can guess, you can maybe put it in the chat box here. If you can guess how long it will take for the surface of this field to be covered with water, if you multiply that single drop every minute, how long will it take for you? The guys that haven't seen this yet, I know a lot of you have. How long would you guess will it take for that drop of water to just fill the surface of the stadium and to start getting you in trouble if you were sitting in the stands? Let's put down some comments in the chat box if you want. Take a guess. How many minutes, how many hours, how long do you think it will take to cover the surface? In the meantime, I'm going to continue my story. I see no one is willing to take a chance here. 5 hours, Erika. As if you haven't seen it yet. Thanks, Erika. Okay. Now, if you keep multiplying that every minute, it will take 45 minutes for that single drop of water to just cover the surface. So slowly it will cover the surface. So 45 minutes later, you can give me the next slide as well. It will slowly, the water will cover the surface. Okay. So it's quite slow, you know, that drop will have to multiply. It will take some time. And then from there, you're still sitting in the stands thinking you've got a lot of time. But how long do you think it will take from there to just overflow that stadium? I want to tell you, you don't have much time. You got to get out of there. If that surface is covered, you're in trouble. You have got exactly 4 minutes to get out before that stadium floods. And you can give me the next slide as well. Thanks, Melton. So 4 minutes, the stadium will be flooded. So the total is 49 minutes. But 45 of the 49 minutes, it will take to just cover the surface. So this means that slowly you will see the stadium filling up. But then 4 minutes later, with the multiplication, you will start flooding that stadium. And that's why COVID is so dangerous and why the pandemic set into the world. Because in a small town, someone was sick with a little virus and he got in touch with one person. That person and the one that started out got in touch with a person and it multiplied. And initially it's very slowly, but then eventually that thing just spreads all over the world. And that's why everyone was in lockdown and we had to stop it somewhere. And still till this day, we're unable to stop it. Now, we want to apply this principle to our business. We want to tell the next person about this amazing opportunity, as Melton mentioned. It's word of mouth. So it will take 45 minutes for you to get the surface covered. It will take you some time. But then eventually, through the principle of multiplication, you will see that your business will grow effortlessly. And what will this look like when you apply this in your tree? So you will be sitting on top of your organization. And then we talk about the power of 4 or duplication. You know, you want to keep on duplicating and you want to tell the next person about this amazing opportunity. So if you're going to build on 2 lines and you talk to 4 people, that is what it will look like. Now, duplication comes in and multiplication comes in if that 4 that you enrolled into your business do the same as what you did. In other words, they will enroll 4 people. So this is what will happen. Mr. Red will get 4 people. You will help Mr. Red to sign in 4 people. You will help Mr. Green, or Mr. Blue actually is first, I think Melton, will enroll 4 people. Then Mr. Green will enroll 4 people as you help him to grow his business, and also Mr. Purple on the right side of your screen. So this is duplication. So you started, you enrolled 4 people, you helped those 4 people to enroll each of them 4 people. And now what must happen next? Next, Mr. Red must help his first customer. If you can give me the next slide there, Melton. his first customer, his first brand partner or representative, whatever we can call it. It's not a customer. Customer is something else. So it's his first brand partner that he signed in. He helped that person to get 4 people. You can give me that one, Melton? There we go. So Mr. Red has helped his first brand partner to enroll 4 people. And so he helps his second brand partner to do just that, to enroll 4 people, and also his third and his fourth. So when everyone keeps duplicating, then you start getting to a point where that 45 minutes draws to an end. So if everyone keeps on duplicating, at some point, you will start to grow an incredible organization. You will start enrolling people in your sleep. So you will be in bed at night and someone else will sign up someone in your business. And that is the beauty of network marketing. And that's the power of multiplication and duplication. And this is the vision that we've seen for this business, and especially for this company coming into Africa, is that if you can stick it out in that 45 minutes where people say no, where it's tough to get the next brand partner to see the vision that you see, where it's difficult to start to learn to talk to people. It takes 45 minutes. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of building. It takes a lot of perseverance and persistence. You have to make use of the tools that you get. You have to make use of your leadership. You get people on third-party calls. And, there's so much that work that you have to put in. You need to keep on building. And every morning, you have to have a game plan. Erika said it on her Facebook story. You have to have a plan. What's your plan for the week? Get the plan ready. But at some point, people will join your organization while you are sleeping. And your business will start getting out of hand, start growing to such a strong, powerful business that will generate you residual income. And eventually you will get to a point where you will taste financial freedom. And that's what this is all about. And that's what we're excited about. It's multiplication, that powerful concept that you can apply to your business. If you can see the vision of that and just stick it out in that 45 minutes, and then the next 4 minutes will be effortless and you can build a strong and powerful organization. If you just learn to duplicate, make use of the tools, make use of your leadership. And this is very possible for every person in Africa. And the country has gone to every extent to try and really make it possible for anyone to join this business and to be successful. So it's just something that I wanted to share from my side. I think that's it. I've said enough. And from here, I hope it's been helpful. And from here on, I want to hand over to Erika to talk to us about some social media tools and just share with us a few minutes of her knowledge and skills. Thank you very much.
Wow, can we give it up for Jimmy Powell? Can we just give Jimmy a hand clap? Jim, thanks for sharing that. You just have a way to explain multiplication and duplication. And I mean, I'm not a math person, but even I get it, right? So thank you for that. And it makes it easy to explain it to somebody too. So thanks for that. You guys, okay, Mala, let's go to management stuff. Let's talk about new age management tools and what you can expect in the near future. As a brand partner with this amazing company, once you enroll on the system, as soon as the system launches in Africa, you will get an ID number. That ID number, you guys, will give you access to an app that you can download on your phone. Now, please take note, we are still in pre-launch season, but the time is approaching very quickly where you will be able to access the information in that app and on the website. Why is that important? Well, I want to tell you that in your arsenal, Jimmy spoke about tools that you can use to multiply and duplicate. In your arsenal of resources on your app, they have made provision for you with awesome videos that you will be able to access and share with prospects, share with customers, share with people that you are approaching to become brand partners. The beautiful thing about what they do is that They do a lot of the hardcore marketing material for you. And that's what I mean by videos, product brochures, product descriptions. You are able to, with a click of a button, very soon you will be able to send all the information to your prospects, which is really awesome. If you think about the opportunity of sharing worldwide, I just want to remind you about that. You can build in various countries, I believe more than 70 countries at the moment, and you can do all of that from one app. You guys, that is incredible. I'm so grateful I'm not in IT, because I think to get all of that done is a nightmare. But that is what you will have access to in the near future. So know that you will be equipped with tools that you can use. And then I want to talk about the power of communication. You want to make sure when you build a team that you have a communication channel with your team. You want to make sure that you have an ability to get information to your team as soon as possible. Now, the tool that I use is called WhatsApp. If you do not know what WhatsApp is, go to your app store, download it. You can also use Telegram. I find I still prefer WhatsApp, but it really is personal choice. You can decide which one you want to use. WhatsApp does have a limit on it, I believe, for 250 participants in a group. But really, if you think of building a team or Signal, yeah, thanks for that, Malo. If you think of building a team, you want to get your core leaders onto a platform where you can communicate with them. And that's why I want to encourage you to use something like WhatsApp or Signal or Telegram. It really is easy to send a video, to send an article, to share a link. You need a platform to communicate. If you do not have a team yet, you are part of somebody's team. Make sure that you are on the correct WhatsApp group for your team so that you can get access to quick information. Everything that gets posted on social media, we reshare and we repost, and I want you to have access to that information. The other thing that I really want to highlight, and Tam spoke on it earlier, is the importance of the hype link. Now, the hype link, if you are unaware of what the hype link is, once you are interested or you speak with somebody that is potentially interested in joining your business, you can share your hype link with that individual. They can click on the hype link and they will also get their own hype link that they can share. Now, what that link actually does is it enables them to go into a lucky draw competition where they can win amazing prizes. But more than that, it becomes a powerful lead generator for you as a business owner. We call it a hot market. A hot market are individuals that you want to have access to. You want to be able to talk to them. You want to have their contact information. So to have a hot market is extremely important. And I just want you to understand that that is what the Hype Link campaign does for you. It really creates a network for you to put all your hot market leads into one pool. Now, apart from that, as Tam's already alluded, is the awesome opportunity for the first 25 people to hit the 3,000 plus club, shall I say. They have access to a luncheon with Mark Wilson on the 16th of August, I believe. So I really want you to focus on sending out your hype links. I want you to focus on having your downline or the people that you send out hype links to, make sure they share their hype links, not only to win prizes, but to build your lead generation machine with hot markets, right? And I just want to give a huge shout out to people who have actually already attained the 3,000 mark. I know a few people's names. I can give a shout out to Corlea and to the Powells. Andre and Gemma, and I'm sure many more. It's just amazing what is happening with you guys in Africa, and we celebrate with all of you. But really, guys, between now and the next 2 weeks in August, I want you to focus on sharing your hype link. Share it, share it, share it, and build your network with hot market leads. And Mala, that really is what I want to highlight from a management point of view while we are still in pre-launch. Once we launch, your management system will grow and will expand. But for now, at this moment in time, that is really what I want you to focus on. So I trust, give me some hearts if that makes sense to you. I'll appreciate some of the feedback. But yeah, it's an awesome season. Thanks, Omala.
Great, great, great. Thank you, Erica. I want to just highlight something Erica said. Just think about this. Use my shampoo analogy. You put a picture of your nice big hair on Facebook, and you live in South Africa or America, and you know somebody in New Zealand, and they see, oh my goodness, you're not bald anymore. You've got a nice set of hair, and you can make a ponytail. And they ask you and say, I want a ponytail. I want to be able to comb my hair, just not to the front, but all over. And you say, sure, I have shampoo. Let me send you a link. They have a phone. They click on the link. They buy the shampoo. The shampoo is being drop shipped to their house in New Zealand because they saw your picture in Africa on Facebook. I mean, that is the power of the internet online drop ship. And that's literally what can happen with what Erica said, with the links and with the apps and the different tools that's available online, that you can sell through word of mouth all over the world. You're not in the grind of stuff. You're not going to buy the product, put it in a package, take it to the post office, mail it, and hope it gets there. That's all automated for you by the business. It's click, click, done, and you get paid for it. So really a unique opportunity if you get it to be able to do that. So I just actually love it. Let me continue. My mouse keeps on disappearing. I found it. If somebody sees my mouse, let me know, but I found it. I want to just go a little bit into the leadership. So this is personal development. So segue into that. I want to share with you, and I actually lied. It's not 5, it's actually 10 things, but I just made it and. So it's tenacity and perseverance. So it fits into 5, but it's actually 10 things. But I couldn't fit more on my slide. So I want to share with you a few words that I believe will make you a good entrepreneur or business person in this industry. Number one, you need. I'm a big person of purpose. My life follows purpose, which I believe is the reason what I was created for. If I do something, there should be purpose in it. If I go and meet somebody, there should be purpose in it. So, and we all know the book Purpose-Driven Life, but it's something I have made my own. And notice how purpose has really helped me to grow in life, to go through the obstacles, but also to enjoy things, to make sure things are aligned. So I want you for a moment to picture an arrow and a target. So I'm talking about those arrows that you shoot in archery. So if I think of purpose, there are 3 levels of purpose that needs to be aligned. And if you align those 3 things, I believe you're going to be a successful business person. So let me start with the target. What's the purpose? What do you want to accomplish through business? There needs to be a purpose for that. So that might be your family, your own finances, community development, changing your society. But there's a target that you want to reach. You want to shoot towards that target. So you want to aim it. You want to have a bullseye. We call it a bullseye life. I want to be able to end my life at a place where I feel I've hit that bullseye. I don't want to miss it because that's the place of fulfillment. So there is something you want to accomplish with your business. Then think of the arrow. The arrow consists of the point, the shaft, and what they call the fletching on the back, or the feathers. Now, if I can just build on this analogy, for me, the way I see it is that the bullseye is the purpose I want to accomplish with my business. The point is what do I need? What do I want my business to do? So you want to point or open up spaces through your business. The shaft is your business operations that keep all of these things together. And the fletchings or the feathers is you as the business owner, because those feathers actually determine the direction of the arrow. You need to be sure of your purpose and why you were created, so that when those three things align, you actually hit the bullseye. If you're purpose-based, it will help you to make decisions, because now you don't just look at the best case scenario, you look at how aligned these things are with your purpose of what you want to accomplish. So it will help you in business decisions. It will actually help you through the low parts of life too. When your business does this, and it will, I'm telling you, I've never seen a business that doesn't do this. It does. That's just life, the ups and downs of life. But when you do this, sometimes it's purpose that creates the second words, tenacity and perseverance, to say, you know what, I'm just going to stay in this. Because I have purpose, I call it the bounce back factor. Purpose is the bounce back factor that says, you know what, although I am feeling in a little bit of a trough at the bottom at the moment, because I have purpose, you can create tenacity and perseverance that will see you through. I'll be honest with you, you can ask Erica, we have made an initial 2-year commitment when we started this business. From the onset, we said, listen, we don't really care about the results. We're going to be in this for 2 years, and then we'll make a decision and see how it's going to work. And the first couple of months was a lot of work with no, I'm not saying very little reward, with no to very little reward. It took months for Erica to get the first person to get this, and the second person. But I can also tell you this, based on Jimmy's multiplication, that we have probably had 80% of our business growth in the last 20% of the time we've spent in this business. It just, over the last 3-4 months, this has boomed for us. And it was because Erica also had the tenacity and the perseverance to see through. So if you want to be successful, and this doesn't just apply to your NewAge business. This applies to any business. I don't care what business you try. If number one, you need to make sure why you want to do it. Is your business purpose aligned to your purpose, aligned to what you want to accomplish with your business? Those 3 alignments. Secondly, do you have tenacity and perseverance? Because if you have not experienced it before, you're going to need it at some point. And then to be teachable and adaptable. That's why we do these kind of trainings. There is people that has gone before you. Now you are welcome to bump your head. You are welcome to figure it out and feel you're going to lose it. Or you can just listen to people that has gone before you and say, well, let me be teachable. Let me be adaptable. Even if you think, even something like Facebook, he never planned Facebook as it is today. It started out as a college connecting app. I mean, that was the starting point of this. How can I connect college guys? But through adaptability and changing and seeing new needs, he developed into this. Amazon was never intended to be this. Bezos didn't start out. He was selling books online. That's how it started. So when we are teachable, because customers will reply back, and that's what happened. I remember one of the stories I read, Bezos said, one of the people just said, man, I wish I can buy windshield wipers on your book site. And they're like, well, what if we add more stuff to this? So if we're teachable and adaptable, that's truly qualities that's going to make you be successful. So in this business, in this business too. The fourth thing is you need to have a vision and execute. Again, my shower story. You can have great vision, but if you don't execute it, it's nothing. Many books. Miles Monroe said the richest place in the world is the graveyard. So many unwritten books, so many businesses that didn't happen just because people had the vision for it. They saw something, but they never executed that. So I really want to encourage you to set your vision on what you want to accomplish through this business or whatever business it might be, and then execute well. It's said that you can rather have a B plan with A execution than an A plan with B execution. So just get that. I remember, Tammy, I always drink at one of your cups at your house. It said, simply start, but start simply, or something like that. Start simply, but simply start. I think that's it. And every time I drink coffee out of that cup, I think that is a real truth, that sometimes you don't need to have it figured out. do ready, set, go, but at some point you need to go. Ready, set, ready, set. You need to go at some point. And through teachability and adaptability, you'll figure it out. So be sure of vision and execution. The last one, and I don't have good words for this, I apologize, but here's the concept. As a business leader, you need to be able to ask questions. You need to be curious about the business. You want to have stuff figured out, and the why not. And any business, if you do a management dashboard for any business, you need to ask the questions about your dashboard. Why are things up in the red? Why are things in the green? Why is it going well? Why is it not going well? And then you need to be super realistic with the information you get. Ladies and gents, if your business, if you look at your dashboard, what Erica said last, your company isn't growing, your organization isn't growing, your subscriptions isn't growing, yes, the realistic conclusion, you're not growing. Eat it up, but work with it. So ask the right questions, look at the right data, and then be a realist about where you're at, so that you can have a point of where you're going to work forward. Don't be, sometimes as a visionary or as a business leader, we are so emotionally attached to our businesses that we almost want to deny the bad stuff. It's like having a kid that plays out. It's like, that's not my kid. I don't know what they're doing. That is your kid. And your kid is acting out. You need to bring the kid back and talk to him, whatever you want to do. But it needs to be managed. Do not ignore data. Don't ignore questions, and don't ignore the data that comes back. But work with the realistic part of this. So something else I just wanted to tell you, that leadership, entrepreneurial leadership, is acquirable, and that's a big English word for me. It's acquirable set of skills and behaviors. I don't believe that anybody can sit back and say, you know what, I'm just not a leader. I am just not an entrepreneurial leader. I think some qualities do come easier for people more naturally. It's kind of, you're born with it, or you've seen it in your house, you grew up with it. But there is no leadership behavior or no leadership skill set that cannot be taught. If you set your mind to it, you can teach yourself. You can acquire those skills. So I don't want anybody ever to feel that's just not me. Yes, it might not come so natural for you, but I'm telling you, if you put your mind to it and you set your ways of like, I want to become a better entrepreneurial leader, I want to become a better business leader, I want you to know you can. If you choose to acquire those skills. So that's the 10 things I really wanted to share with you about just being an entrepreneurial leader. And I promise you, if you do these things, you will be successful in life, in business, because these are the skills. I want to tell you one story before we kind of end this. Apparently, this is a true story. Many years ago, people were digging for gold. Now, in those years, they still used a little axe. So they would just axe out in the mountain and see if they can find gold. And apparently there was a person that did this for, I think, 25 years or 30 years, spent his whole life, dug miles or yards or meters inside this mountain, but never found gold. So in the late 70s, this was like in the 1920s, in the 70s, somewhere there, somebody else read about this guy's story and decided to go to the same place to see if they can find gold. So they started digging as well. It wasn't a big tunnel, so they had to kind of dig with the same tools. Guess how long it took them before he actually reached gold? Let's do it in the chat and see. Let's do it in the chat. How long did it take the second guy to reach gold? I see nothing. Oh, I need to go up. 2 days, a week, a day, 20 minutes. Okay. 10 days. Great. Let me just close the chat here. You know how long it took them? 1, 2, 3, 4. By the 4th hit or hammer, it opened up and the guy got gold. 4 later. So I don't want you to give up. If you need to change things, you need to be teachable and adaptable. Sure, do it. but don't give up, because giving up will be giving up on success. Where if you continue with what and changing and being adaptable, persevere, have new vision, execute, at some point, success for you in that sense is inevitable. And I can see the future. If you do these things, I can see a future of success. If you stop doing these things, I promise you, you won't have success. It's predictable. Success is predictable. When you do the right things for the long time, you will have success. If you stop, you won't. So I really want to encourage you to make this your own and grow in your entrepreneurial leadership, in your business leadership. So let me close out with the next slide. So checking in last week, what we kind of had to do, you had to make sure you have joined your Facebook group or WhatsApp groups. Have you prepared your 1-minute elevator speeches? One was on who NewAge is. One was on the why you decided to do this. And that's why we said it's so important to be a purpose-based company or business or entrepreneur. You need to know your why. If you're not clear on your own purpose, you're not going to run a purpose-based company. So go again if you haven't done it. Go and define your purpose. Have you set your financial goals? We've given you that on the template. And then, of course, are you starting to plan your Zoom launch or attend Zoom meetings and trainings like this one? So just as a reminder, sorry, did your screen just change? Okay, I've just lost my screen again. Anybody found my mouse? I don't see it. I don't know how to continue.
Mala. So,
Next slide, please.
Jimmy.
I promise you, it's gone.
It's okay, Mala. We've got the check-in slide.
Okay, wait. I'm back. Okay, hallelujah. I'm back. Okay, next steps. So this is what I would like you to do this week. Take 45 minutes. I dare you, take 45 minutes by yourself and go and reflect on your own performance. And on the action template, we're going to give you actually a sheet and you can evaluate yourself there. Go and take 45 minutes and reflect on your own performance on these 5 qualities. Just kind of, where am I at? How can I grow this? Which is the one that's maybe the least? How does that affect my business decisions, the way I do business? And then if you haven't done this before, make sure you finish the template of last week. You do want to build on top of each other. So make sure you finish that template. So this week's recording in the next 45 minutes or so, as soon as Zoom have kind of transcribed this recording, we will have the template, the action template for this week, plus this recording, plus the little promo video available on this website. So Nassam is not somebody's name. It actually is NewAge Southern Africa Movement Ready. So NewAge Southern Africa Movement Ready. We have actually created a group off mainstream social media because it sometimes gets so cluttered. So there's a specific group for this training. You can share, we've opened it up. If you want to share your 1-minute story, if you want to share your why on there, and have people give feedback. It's going to be positive feedback. It's going to criticism that's going to help you. That's going to be uplifting. You're welcome to post it there for the next couple of weeks. We'll keep it open and let us help each other to really develop and fine tune where you're at. So, and you're welcome to send this link to anybody in your team. This is open for anybody. So go ahead. Let's share. Let's see. Go and download this week's template. Make sure you spend that 45 minutes with yourself. And I'll see you back next week on Monday for our grand finale of Go, of what that should look like for you. So Erica, Tammy, I'm going to give back to you guys. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and then give back to you to close us out.
Can you hear me now? Yes. Excellent training. You guys are just amazing. Melton, seriously, you are a phenomenal team trainer and you bring so much value to what we're doing. And I just appreciate it so much. So I just want to encourage everyone to take advantage of the video or the Zoom when it's posted. Make sure you share it with your team. This is such solid information in building an organization that will be a legacy organization. And that's what all of us want. We want to build a business that is a legacy business that affects not just our lives, but our children and our grandchildren, and continues in Africa. So thank you so much for that. And again, remember the Hype campaign. Get back with the person that invited you onto this training and get in that top 3,000. We're going to be making some official announcements as people hit those ranks, hit that opportunity. You're going to be seeing it on our Facebook group, and there'll be a lot of shout outs for that. So press on. Mark Wilson is worthy of you being able to get some private time with the president of all of NewAge. That's truly a remarkable thing. So Erica, do you have any final words you'd like to share? She doesn't. So thank you, everyone, and especially thank you, Melton. Really appreciate your training. Jimmy, it's always my favorite illustration. Every time you say it, I'm like, I overkill it every time, and I'm like, it can't be possible. But that is the truth. That is network marketing, and that is what we are a part of. So have a beautiful evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We will see you Thursday for a very special Zoom Thursday at noon. We've got a special lineup for you Thursday, so you won't want to miss it. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful, blessed evening. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Dad.
Have a lovely day.
Bye, you guys.